Hello, my crafty friends. I'm here to start the next saga in the junk journal. I've gathered papers for 3 signatures, and they're all basically like this. So I'm just going to show you one signature, and I'm going to gesso my way through it, and that'll be this video. And then next time I'll show you all 3 of them when they're actually put together. But basically they all have the same stuff in them. I have one page with a picture from this book. This one actually has 2 pictures. And then a page out of a Paddington book. And I'm not going to cover up the pictures. I'm just going to gesso over the words. And then I have part of a book cover. And I'm going to leave this part and just gesso over this and gesso over this and leave that. And then I have some watercolor paper and some music paper. And some of these things, like the music paper, I'm just gonna sporadically, what do you call it? I'm gonna gesso over parts of it, but I'm not gonna cover the whole thing. I'm just gonna messily do it. I've got part of a paper bag, and then I've got some pieces of gift wrap, and I'm going to put some gesso over those, but not completely cover them up. There's 3 different kinds. Found those at the thrift store, and they were in a big square, and there were 12 of these squares, and this is about a little less than 1/4 of the square. If you folded it out, it would have been about 6 times this big, or 5 times this big. Anyway, I found three packages of that had never been opened, and they were $1 a piece. They were originally $9.99 a piece, so I thought I did pretty good there. A piece of funny papers, an envelope, manila envelope, a couple of pieces of wallpaper, textured wallpaper, and I'm probably only going to gesso. Well, I may just sporadically gesso over all of that. Some envelopes that I glued into each other so that I have some pockets accessible. And I don't know, I'm probably not going to gesso over that at all, so I'm just going to set it aside. 2 sheets out of a blueprint, just 2 parts of it. I took 1 sheet, and I think there's probably 10 sheets in that blueprint thing, and I took 1 sheet and I divided it into 8 pieces this big, and then I chose the 6 that had more drawings and less words, and so I put 2 of those in each of my signatures, and I'm not going to gesso on those. And then I've got some deli paper, and I'm not going to gesso on those. So these things aren't going to get any gesso. And the watercolor paper won't get any gesso. Is there anything else? I actually think I'm gonna not. Well, I can't decide. I think I'll go ahead and gesso on the backs of these. Anyway, so I'm gonna put these things aside that we're not gonna gesso. And then we will work. I have, I think, 19 pages altogether, so this may end up being too many for the book, but when I put them in 3, you know, all stacked together inside this book, it wasn't quite all the way flat. Almost, but not quite. So so I think this is a good amount. We'll see. And I'm gonna, let me pour some of this gesso in something so I won't maybe make a mess. Well, I guess not. I guess I'll just pour a little bit on each page and go for it. I'm gonna move this out of the way though, so I don't make a mess on it. That would be bad if I got gesso on the cover. Okay. And this is just some homemade gesso. Nothing special. except I poured out way too much. And I'm not going to try to make them pristine. I just, in fact, let's take a little bit off of there. And take some off this side too. Okay. Alright. Now then, we'll lay this one out here. I may need to add some to it, but we're going to call this one good. I'm just going to hang it up to dry. And we'll move on. I'm going to do some of it with the palette knife and some of it with a gift card and some of it with a brush, and that way everything will not have the same texture. Okay, we're going to call that one good. We'll let it dry. And I'm probably going to do some on both sides of this. So I'll do one side and then I'll come back later and do the other side. Whoops, come on. Trying to get it fairly thin so that it'll dry fast. Okay, especially since I need to come back and do it later. I mean, do the other side of it. And I'll need to do that with this one too. Okay, let's go ahead and I kind of think I want to, I don't mind some funny showing through. Alrighty. This goes pretty fast when you're not trying to be perfect. And I'm just going to do one side of this because the other side's white, so. Oops. Well, I really like that. That looks really nice. I guess you could kind of see that, I think. Ooh, I think I put too much this time. I may end up turning it like this and bringing this one beside it. See if we can. I don't know why I left all those things out here to get messy. Okay. I think I like the palette knife better because it's show more of the print shows through, and it's pretty. We don't want to lose it. Uh-oh. I made a real mess this time. These are almost dry before I get them done. Okay. Okay, trying to hang all those up there without let's do this. Because I think I want to leave the brown paper bag just brown. I don't want to gesso it, so. Okay. Oops. Okay. Oh, getting it all over myself. This is like this on that side, so I'm not going to worry about it. If it gets gesso on it, it's not a big deal, but I'm not going to purposefully put it on there. Now I'm going to try to do this with a brush because I think it'll cover a little better. Okay, I think that's good. All right, we're getting there really quick. Okay. I think I just splattered gesso all over my shirt, and of course this is one time I didn't wear a shirt that I don't mind getting paint on. Oh. We'll do the other side of this one later too, but I'm going to leave it a little thicker up there because I don't particularly care to see that, but I do like the music showing through, so we'll do a thin coat down here. Okay, I'm going to turn this over, and I just want to do the word side of this. And I'm going to leave it just like that. And for this one, I'm going to do the words I think I may only leave this picture here and go ahead and cover the other pictures. That's the one that is cutest, and that's the one that reminds me what book this is, so. I'm going to do this thicker than I did the music paper because I don't really care to keep these images. Plus it'll just be a different texture of paper to work with. Okay, there they are. I've got everything gessoed once. Some of them will need to be gessoed again, but there's your daily installment. God bless you, and we'll see you when we get them put into signatures. Bye-bye.